and bringing workers back to the office in early June. A very rare event up in the air is taking place this weekend in Metro Detroit. The Thunder Over Michigan Air Show in Ypsilanti will feature both the U.S. Navy Blue Angels and U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds, which marks the first time both teams are. Here is the show's executive director, Kevin Walsh.
Really at the heart of it is we want to inspire people to do great things, because everyone that is participating this weekend, all started out as a non-pilot at one point in time, or a non-maintainer, or, a non-logistics person. And they were able to set a goal and achieve it. And we hope people find inspiration in seeing all these folks meeting their goals.
Walsh says the Blue Angels and other aircraft have landed at Macomb County at Selfridge Air National Guard Base, where they'll stage before and after the show. Willow Run in Ypsilanti is currently under major construction. The show runs on Saturday and on Sunday. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 910. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Sunny up out near 85 degrees. Wind southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows drop to 63. Wind south-southwest around 5 miles per hour. Friday, partly sunny. Highs warm into the lower 80s. Wind south 5 to 15. Higher gusts possible. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Chance for showers and storms developing. Lows fall back to 66. And then shower and storm chances continue on Saturday, and highs reach 85. This is meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now it's 69.
Local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. A lot to do this morning. Later on, after the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about Party on McCarty, and we'll do that with John Howell. Also, something called a Dri-athalon we're going to learn about on Focus this morning. But for the beginning of this hour, there is a big event in Bay City this weekend that I will be at, broadcasting Saturday morning. It's the annual Waterfowl Festival at the Bay City State Park. And to talk about it with us this morning is the park interpreter. We say good morning to John Mussung. John, good morning.
Morning, Eric. How you doing?
We're doing well. How's the park doing these days?
Oh, it's been underway and getting everything looking really nice. Getting ready for this weekend.
So let's talk a little bit about this Waterfowl Festival. First, let's start with a little history. How long has this been going on? I've been trying to figure it out, and I can't.
We're coming up in about the 26th year hosting it here at the park. So it's been a few years. We missed our 25th anniversary last year.
Yeah.
Just did virtual, but we are back full swing with our festival.
That's cool, because I think I've been to most of them, not all, but most, and looking forward to it. It's always a neat time. Well, let's talk about the purpose. Why the Waterfowl Festival?
Well, we are home for a lot of ducks, waterfowl, geese, and such that come through on the Tobacco Marsh, a national natural landmark. And so part of that celebration is, recognizing those waterfowl that come through, some of the hunters that have helped support a lot of the wildlife management of it, but also introducing youth that are new to this whole world and sharing that passion with those youth that are coming up into the waterfowl wildlife area.
So what people come to the Waterfowl Festival, what do they see?
So we have lots of different venues, some who might be hunters, some who might just appreciate the water, different activities for each kind of group that might come out. We have a venue of vendors that are going to be coming out, from arts to hunting equipment. There is a kids waterfowl discovery zone that has lots of different activities, including some games to identify waterfowl. You'll get to work with a featured artist who will be coming out, John Roberts, to draw some ducks. You'll be working with Melinda Mussung, who will be painting decoys, so you get a little bit of art skill to it. But we'll also have some calling competitions out there for our hunters, both adult and youth, that can come on stage, compete for various prizes or geese.
The painter you mentioned, Mussung, any relationship by any chance?
That is my wife.
I thought so.
Last year was our featured artist that did a video for the waterfowl painting, and so she's going to be in person this year, helping students learn how to paint the decoys.
Let me we'll come back to the festival, but I was on the Friends board for a number of years. And one of the things that I always enjoyed was walking through the visitor center and the museum part of the center. Did I hear that it's getting a revamping?
It is, yeah. That is a project that I've been working on with a design team from Minnesota and a few others across the state, along with my supervisors, for over a year now. Well over, actually, a couple of years, because we got delayed last year. And we are redoing the entire museum hall. We're working on putting in a STEM lab area to expand it out for accommodating our students and families, along with redesigning our inner lobby and a few other things. So it's a really exciting project that we hope to even have a few details this weekend to share about.
And is it underway, or is it still in the design project? People coming out this weekend. People coming out this weekend can still go in the museum.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's still open. You'll still be able to see some of the similar exhibits that we had in past years. We're looking at, if everything goes so good, probably in November, starting the actual on the grounds work of actually the remodel project. So hopefully that'll go through, and we'll be sailing on our way to redoing the center and getting it really nice for everybody to come visit. And
is our friend the Wolverine at home, or is he away?
She is in-house. You'll be able to see her. She is in the exhibit hall near the fishing exhibit. So we've had a few people this summer coming and checking her out.
Yeah. For those that don't know, this Wolverine, this female Wolverine, was found, I think, in the thumb, wasn't it? I think she was found years ago, and the state, in its wisdom, decided that the permanent home should be the Bay City State Park. She's traveled, though. She's been around, hasn't she?
She has, yeah, a few centers. Actually worked at Hartley and St. Charles, and she visited some students down there for a while, and a few other sites to try and make some rounds and get acquainted, especially if people weren't able to travel to one spot. It came to them to see, because it was really quite a thing, and still quite a thing to see.
Let's talk a little more about the festival. I want to point out that it is pet friendly, isn't it?
Yep. We are welcoming dogs in, 6-foot leash, even for friendly dogs. It keeps all the dogs in a good distance, just in case of wildlife that are in the area. But they are welcome, and we'll have mutt mitts in case they have an accident along the way, but that's okay. There's even it's called a KB flyball demonstration with some activities in that area that cater right to our dog family.
Activities for kids?
Lots of different ones. Like I was talking about, the arts and crafts stations and bingo, but down at the lagoon dock, you'll also get a chance to work with our staff that are out on our lagoon. It's called the Decoy ID Trail. So you'll walk the trail and identify the different decoys that are out there and enter in for some prizes, along with our Dri-athalon, which has a variety of different activities from BB gun to duck ID to canoe race. And then on Sunday is the Frank's Canoe Race, where we have families competing for various prize packages from Frank's Great Outdoors. We got a lot of local sponsors.
All right, so let's talk about the hours of the event. It's at the Bay. Let's tell everybody first. It's at the Bay City State Park. And what are the hours?
So we're accepting guests at 9 a.m. Most of the programming starts at 10 o'clock and goes to about 4 o'clock on Sunday. And then on Saturday, and then on Sunday, starting at about 9 o'clock, going to about 4 o'clock on that day.
I'll be up there Saturday morning broadcasting from 8 to 11. So I'll get up there about 7:30. Still going to have the big tent?
Yep, we got a big tent out there right over the stage for everybody to hide out in case of rain or anything. So no worries of that during our clinics or competitions. We have a variety of different shelters along the way as well. So we'll have you right up front out there, ready for everybody.
And let's talk about cost in terms of getting into the park.
Sure, because we have a lot of sponsors in the area, we've reduced the cost for a lot of different things to free. The only thing you would need is your park passport, which will have for entry. If you are in state, your license plate is in state. It's $17 at the gate, unless you already have a little P on that sticker that you put on your license plate.
I got one.
If you're out of state, we got a $9 daily that you can get from our rangers right at the gate when you come in.
Very good. Well, listen, John, I look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning, and maybe during the 9 o'clock hour, we can spend a little bit of time talking about the park itself. I'd like to do that.
All righty.
All right. We will see you Saturday, and can't wait to get back to the Waterfowl Festival. Another return to normalcy, if you can understand that.
All right. I look forward to seeing you, sir.
See you then, John. Take care. Bye-bye now. John Mussung, and he is the park interpreter for the Bay City State Park. One traffic note, the light at Bay and Tittabawassee is flashing red in all directions. Wow. Treat it like a four-way stop. That'll jam things up for a while. Bay and Tittabawassee, the light is flashing. We will move to the open phone portion of this hour. Give us a call, anything on your mind. 752-6111, inside the state of Michigan, 866-790 WSGW, outside the state, 989-752-6111. But again, 752-6111 for Saginaw Bay. Give us a call. And we have a number of things to chat about this morning, including electric cars. They're back in the news in good ways, bad ways. We'll explain all that when we return after these notes.
Celebrate summer. The Midland Area Community Foundation is proud to present the Midland Area River Days Festival, August 5th through 7th in Midland. 3 days of fun, including kids' activities, balloon festival, music, fireworks, and more. See the complete schedule at riverdaysmidland.com.
If you are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Economists were expecting a modest improvement in the job market last week, with new claims slipping below 400,000. The predictions were on target. The number of people filing for the first time in the last week of July was down 14,000 to 385,000. Continuing claims, those still receiving benefits, dropped to 2.9 million. More people longer collecting benefits. Also, the trade deficit widened to a record in June as the economic recovery in the U.S. increased demand for imported things. Both imports and exports increased. Uber technology shares have been losing ground, though it reported an upswing in demand for its ride services in the spring quarter. Uber's business continues to lose money. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Angie's List is now Angie. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or you're planning your dream renovation, Angie pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, compare quotes, and book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the happiness guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Navage uses powered that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
The real estate market is always tough, but this market, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. When the average home stays on the market just 24 days and houses routinely go for more than the listing price, who you work with matters. Realtors have the expertise, local knowledge, and personal touch to give you a competitive advantage throughout the entire home buying process. And that's something an ordinary agent could never do. So make sure your agent is a realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Fly ball left field. Watch that one fly. Way. Number 18 for Jonathan Scope.
The Tigers play 12:50 today on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. And we'll go back to our phones, actually. We'll talk about electric vehicles in a minute here, but Ann is waiting in Bay City. Ann, good morning.
Good morning, Art. I'd like to talk about the fruit pie contest at the Saginaw Fair. How do I go about getting the recipes for those fruit pies?
That's a good question. Because we didn't, as far as I know, they're not posted. I will have to check with Terry to see if he brought them back with him. Or the alternative, Rob Clark at Michigan Sugar, I think took pictures of them and may put them up. So I will have to check. I don't have the answer for you. It's a good question, though. It's a good question. There were some good pies.
Right.
Ooh, they were good. So
okay,
I will see what I can find out.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for calling. Bye now. Yep. Bye. Ann was referring to the fruit pie competition to open the Saginaw County Fair Tuesday, and some delicious pies there. All right, I want to talk a little bit about electric cars. I know we've talked about them in the past, but it's a situation in flux, so to speak. I want to read, first of all, a couple of headlines. See how it fits in. First headline: Biden to sign executive order targeting half of all vehicles sold in U.S. to be zero emissions by 2030. Next headline: While they were asleep, their Teslas burned in the garage. It's a risk many automakers are taking seriously. And also, this does not have to do with electric cars, but cars in general. Infrastructure bill would require alcohol monitors for all new cars. So the automotive industry is in the spotlight. So let's talk first of all about the emissions order. I have said numerous times on the program that down the road we're going to be forced to buy electric vehicles because that's what there's going to be. And I didn't think it would be as soon as this, but they're looking for at least half of all vehicles to be sold to be zero emission or electric vehicles or fuel cell vehicles by 2030. That's way ahead of what the manufacturers are saying, 2035, 2040. And they're going to get, literally shoved down our throats, whether we like it or not. So you might as well get used to it. The infrastructure bill, if it ever comes to fruition, has money for a nationwide charging network where they build charging stations across the country. There is, of course, battery development going on at a fanatical pace to try and build better batteries, safer batteries, longer life batteries, which is my criteria. I have said all along, while they're very nice around town, a car that has a 2 or 250 mile range is wonderful for tooling around town. And I've driven a couple of them, as you know, and had no problems and don't have a charging station. So I was able to get 4 or 5 days out of them and still had 100 miles left in the tank, so to speak. So from that standpoint, they're great. But if I want one that I'm going to be able to use, I want the same kind of range out of that battery that I might get out of a tank of fuel, where I can go 350 or 400 miles or more. I would love to have a vehicle that has 600 or 700 miles range. Then we're talking. But right now, anyway, I just think, if you drive anywhere out of town, they're not all that practical unless you happen to be someplace where there's a charging station. And some areas are doing that. I know at the LPGA event, the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational, it was at the Midland Country Club. And at the Midland Country Club, there are 2 designated spots for electric cars that have a charging station. So that makes sense. I mean, you can drive it there, you charge it up, you go home with a full, a full battery. The other part of it is that other headline: while they were asleep, their Teslas burned in the garage. A risk many automakers are taking seriously. Their Model S Tesla beamed an alert that charging was interrupted. 12 minutes after that, they awoke to a blaring car alarm and a fire consuming their house in San Ramon, California. The blaze had started in one of the 2 electric vehicles in their garage and spread to another. And it's a string of examples when electric cars are left parked in garages to charge overnight. And this is a concern. Vehicle makers have warned owners not to leave the cars charging unattended in certain circumstances or sitting fully charged in garages, including General Motors, Audi, Hyundai. They've recalled electric vehicles over fire risks in recent years and have warned of the dangers. So if you can't charge your car overnight, and you shouldn't keep it in the garage fully charged, then you have to ask yourself, do I really want one? Now, let's face it, the electric car industry is at the same stage automobiles were early in their life. It's in its infancy. Who knows, beyond my lifetime, what the electric car market is going to look like, and how safe the cars are going to be, and how much battery life there is, and all of that. It would, seem to me that if research continues the way it's going and more money is being thrown at it all the time, it won't be too long before we see extended battery life. I think Tesla, if I'm not mistaken, Tesla has a Roadster that they're saying is 600 miles. That would be reasonable. The price, I understand, is not. But if I had an electric vehicle that gave me 600 miles, I could probably live with that. The question is the safety element. And that has to be resolved. No two ways about it. That has to be resolved. So we'll wait and see what happens down the road as electric cars come into their own. Right now, the market is about 2%. Biden is looking for 50% in 9 years. That's a big jump. The other thing I mentioned, the infrastructure bill, which, hasn't passed the Senate yet, but probably will. Buried in, remember now, the language of all these bills, the devil is in the details, right? And this package is 2,700 pages, longer than 2,700. And there is a section in it called Advanced Impaired Driving Technology. It mandates that new vehicles include a system that passively and accurately detects whether the blood alcohol concentration of a driver of a motor vehicle is equal to or greater than the blood alcohol concentration of 0.08, which is, of course, the legal limit. And there would be a 3-year grace period to comply with the regulation. There are a lot of critics, many Republicans, who say even this hard infrastructure bill, that is bridges, roads, all those things, goes beyond the scope of just doing construction. It's typical of legislation coming out of Washington, though. The devil is always in the details. Remember that famous line Nancy Pelosi delivered about one of the, I don't remember which package it was now. There's been so many of them. But, we'll pass it and then we'll find out what's in it. No. Why don't you know what's in it before? And I think the Republicans were right to hold off accepting this bipartisan proposal until they read it. And you'll find little things like this in all of these legislative packages that come out of Washington. They bury stuff in there. And then all of a sudden, after it's passed, you find out, ooh, I didn't pass that. Well, yes, you did. So time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. But get ready for the huge push for electric vehicles coming over the next several years. At least, maybe 9 years from now, if half the vehicles on the road are electric. That'll be interesting. See how well it works. We'll take a break. Be back. Lines open for you. If you want to talk about that or anything else, give us a call on the Art Lewis Show.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a RoofMax shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money. Guaranteed with RoofMax, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
Hey there, it's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with an inside track on a company that could save your family a year on a basic service everyone needs, H2O Wireless. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, H2O Wireless gives you the exact same coverage as one of those, but at half the price. That's right, H2O Wireless uses the same network, same towers. You can even keep your phone and number because switching is as easy as swapping a SIM card. Right now, get unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 a month. And if you want a new phone, H2O Wireless has huge savings on the latest iPhones and Androids. Here's what you need to do. Pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O. When you do, you'll save 50 first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O, and your family could start saving over $800 a year today.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here to give you the killer deals that you need. You can get tons of deals going on right now from Fat Matt's Barbecue, Joyce's Purple Palette, Kitchen Kings, Cafe 1-3, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, the Pine River Golf Course, Beer Garden, the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon, and the Bay Regional Fencing Alliance. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
You don't want to mess with the IRS. They have the power to garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. That's all true. But thankfully, they're offering a way out, the Fresh Start Initiative. If you qualify, you could save thousands. The experts at Optima Tax Relief will fight to get you the best deal possible. And they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau to prove it. Call Optima for your free consultation.
Call 800-682-9928. 800-682-9928.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
For over 40 years, Region 7 area agent has been helping our citizens and providing them with a wide range of free services, from helping you find the right drug plan to helping your loved ones get innovative care at home with access to in-home medical care, medical transportation, and so much more. Call the Region 7 Area Agency on Aging today at 800-858-1637 or visit us online at region7aaa.org.
Direct from the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW. I'm going to talk about New York City for a minute, my hometown, where I'm glad I don't live, because the mayor, Bill de Blasio, has decided that New York City residents or anyone wanting to use the services of New York City will require proof of vaccination for things like dining indoors, taking part in other activities like gyms and theaters, and for those who work there. It's the most aggressive yet program trying to contain the Delta variant, and it is the first in the nation, along with New York State's Excelsior Pass, which is an app in which you prove that you are vaccinated and upload the information. There is one difference about the New York City pass, is that it's, by the way, it's called Key to New York City Pass. You can upload a photo ID and you can upload your vaccination card. There's no proof. You don't show it to anybody. So it does allow for those who want to fraudulently do it to do it. But it is an app on your phone, or I guess you can bring a hard copy of the card with you. And as the mayor has said, quote, "This is a miraculous place, literally full of wonders. If you're vaccinated, all that's going to open up to you. If you have the key, you can open the door. If you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things." Now, you'd wonder, because this puts a little bit of an onus on the Restaurant Association to do the checking when you come into a restaurant. But not surprisingly, they are willing to go along with it. And the reason that they are willing to go along with it, the New York City Hospitality Alliance has said this policy makes more sense than another shutdown. So this allows them to stay open. So while it's going to be a burden on them to check everybody's ID and all of that, it's better than being shut down. Now, I mentioned New York State because New York State has something called the Excelsior Pass. You will be allowed to use that if you have one in New York, which is, if you're going to travel to New York City, you'd best make sure you got your vaccination card with you. And be prepared maybe to download the app and upload your information so that you can use all of those things. I suspect that in some of the other major cities, including Los Angeles and the like, there may come forth versions of this in a similar way that New York City is doing it. I just think that that it's likely to happen. Been a lot of talk about a vaccination passport that would prove that you were vaccinated, and all I can think of, it's unfortunate that I have to think this way, but all I can think of is foreign countries where are your papers? Let's see your papers. We're almost getting to that point. And I don't think in a free country like ours, that's necessarily a good thing. Anyhow, let me talk to you about Linda Shepard for a moment. From Pinnacle Realty in Saginaw. She has been kind enough to sponsor the Art Lewis Show. And right now, sellers of homes are getting top dollar for their homes. Many times well over the asking price. And the market's very fast. The homes last on the market a day, maybe. Linda Shepard sells faster. Buyers are cash or pre-approved. She doesn't waste any time. She's easy to work with. No pressure tactics, several years of experience. Linda is a full-time agent. That's what she does. She lives here. She sells here. And the agency she owns, Pinnacle Realty, is not a franchise. So the money stays right here in your community. And buyers, the interest rates are very low right now, too. Linda Shepard watches the market closely, so clients get a showing fast and have a fighting chance. She will fight for every offer, every time. Call Linda, 989-295-7713, 295-7713. Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty. And we'll be back with another call after these notes.
We've all seen how unpredictable life can be, but here's one thing you can count on. The Covenant Center for the Heart is here for you. More people in the Great Lakes Bay region trust their hearts to Covenant Healthcare than any other area hospital. Why? Because we have the most comprehensive cardiac care in the region. From diagnosis in our chest pain center, structural heart disease program, to our cardiac rehabilitation and wellness center. And because we keep our patients safe, Covenant has been awarded an A rating for patient safety from the Leapfrog Group 6 times running. So if you have an existing heart condition, call your cardiologist. If you experience symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath, call 911 or come to the Covenant Emergency Care Center. Don't delay care. Life and hearts can be unpredictable. Trust yours to Covenant Healthcare, the leader for extraordinary care.
Rocket Grab Plus. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for third-generation auto in Bay City. You're going to get a full synthetic oil change, a free pair of wiper blades, also a 35-point inspection, complete lube, filter, and all fluids topped off at the same day, and at no extra charge. This deal would normally cost you $110, but you are getting it for $39.99. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. On that heavy shelf you hung yesterday, turns out you didn't use enough anchors. Wait, you didn't use any anchors? Man, trendy. And if you have the wrong home insurance, you could need a wall of money to fix this. So get home insurance with Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscriptions? You what you want now. Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show, man, I can't. His rendition of Hot Legs.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW. And Don is in Saginaw Township, so we'll say good morning to Don.
Good morning, Art. How you doing?
We're doing all right.
Well, yesterday, I don't know if this happened to you, but I got an email from the U.S. Census Bureau. Really looked official, do a survey, and I said, okay. I started, I don't know if this is official or not. So today, I got the number for the Capitol. I called it, didn't get any results, but the woman come on and she talked to me, and she gave me a number in U.S. Census in Maryland. So I called that. It's definitely official that this survey has been sent out. It's almost like a census, but it's about the COVID too mixed in there. So it takes about 10, 15 minutes to fill out, which I did.
Does it indicate that it's mandatory that you fill it out, or is it voluntary?
No, it's not mandatory.
Okay.
You don't have to do it. It's, not everyone's going to get it. It's a sample size, I guess.
Yeah, because I haven't got it. Yeah.
I could give you that number if you want.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't need to disturb those folks.
Well, some people can get it by mail if they don't have the computer.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask this: what are some of the things that they're asking on this survey?
Oh God, there's so many questions. It's unbelievable. Some of it's about, I'd say 40% about COVID. Have you got that? Have you got one shot?
Okay.
2 shots? No shots? How's your health? And it goes
A lot of
through,
health. All right.
Yeah.
Do they pry into your financials or not?
Yeah, they asked how much you made last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to know when you were born, what year, if you're a male, female. Listen to this stuff. Are you straight?
Oh yeah, the categories. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's that got to do with anything? And that's why I was kind of hesitant. And then I found it was real. So.
Well, it's interesting you checked. I think that's interesting. So
yeah, I'm not going to do that if I didn't know if it wasn't.
Yeah, are you gonna do it?
I already did it.
Oh, you did. Okay, good. Yep.
Once I talked in Maryland, and it was definitely real. So I went back. It takes about 10, 15 minutes. I did it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's you did your homework. That's the best part of it. You did your homework.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when those things come through, my reaction would be exactly the same as yours. This can't be for real, because we get so much junk and so much stuff that's not for real that sometimes it's hard to recognize the real stuff.
Yeah, this is not a small email they sent. It was really official. But even so, I said I didn't fall. I said,
yeah,
well, I got to have more.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did. Because a lot of times the emails look official, but they're not. And that's these folks that are out to take us for a ride are pretty good at what they do. It's unfortunate, but they are sharp. They know how to do it, and it must work because they keep doing it. Somebody must be responding to it.
You can't do it like that. I mean, you got to be.
We are
and everything.
Yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of. We're on the do not call list, but yet we're getting a whole bunch of calls with spoofed phone numbers from people saying, "Oh, from the Medicare Service Center." And attention if you've had this or you had that, and it's constant, 4 or 5, 6 a day at least, and you can't seem to stop them because the minute you say anything contrary, they hang up. Now a lot of times, I'll answer the phone, and my first question is, "Who are you?" And I answer. A lot of people don't even bother to answer. I answer because I want to waste as much of their time as they're wasting of mine. So I figure, what the heck?
Yeah.
But
I don't get that many calls. I get a couple, but not.
We're getting a bunch of them.
Your car. What do you call it?
Extended warranty.
Warranty.
Yeah, we've had that. We've had that. Yep.
Yeah. I just hang up.
Or I get a call, from a credit card company about my credit card, but I don't even have that credit card. So.
Exactly.
It's just one of those things. I don't know. It just seems to be more prevalent. All right, Don, have a good one, buddy. Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye now. Yeah, I don't know about you, but it just seems to me that we're getting a plethora of these calls, and I know they're not coming from the country because you can tell by the accent of the people calling. Many of them sound like they're from India, and they supposedly have information, which I wonder how they got anyway, because you would think HIPAA laws wouldn't allow it. And most of them coming on the home phone landline, by the way, which we were on the do not call list. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and close out this hour of the Art Lewis Show.
Fast Eddie's Car Wash and Oil Change Centers should be your one-stop shop for all your vehicle's needs. We provide outstanding service when it comes to keeping your vehicle clean and running at its best. We're now offering the latest in car wash engineering with its state-of-the-art technology. Twice the foam, twice the wax, twice the result. You won't be disappointed with the show. And to make it easy and affordable for you, we offer the Ultimate Car Wash membership starting as low as $22.95 a month. Day of the week at any of our 16 locations. So whether you're treating yourself or giving a gift or gesture to a friend or loved one, flowers, overrated. Dinner, short-lived. Vacation, a little pricey. Give the gift you'll be reminded of daily every time you step in that vehicle. Fast Eddie's Ultimate Car Wash membership. Believe me, it will be appreciated. Come join Fast Eddie's team. We offer flexible hours, competitive wages and bonuses, benefits, and we are offering a $200 signing bonus for any new employee. Fast Eddie's, your one-stop shop for all your vehicle's needs.
And the winner is...
I love to win, and one of us can win big at Wildfire Credit Union. Great loan payoff. Finance any secured or signature loan at Wildfire from May through August. Wildfire might just pay it off up to $50,000. That's right, paying off a loan up to $50,000 for one lucky winner. Loans must be approved by noon on August 31st to qualify. The Wildfire Great Loan Payoff Drawing takes place in September. The winner will be notified immediately. And honestly, everyone who finances a secured or signature loan through Wildfire from May 1st through August 31st, 2021 wins big with great rates and terms.
It's easy and convenient to apply. Just ask for Wildfire financing online or directly at your nearest Wildfire branch. The Great Loan Payoff, now through August, only at Wildfire. Wildfire Credit Union, distinctively better. Loans subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. Visit wildfirecu.org/payoff for details.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio, like where this ad plays. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
On WSGW.
Did you ever hear about the Latin Messengers or the Olivares Brothers? A gospel group that was very popular throughout the Midwest. I'm your host, Larry Rodarte, and we give homage to the late Gilberto Olivares and talk to his sons about their father's legacy. Join us.
Mi Gente on Air, Sunday evenings at 8 on WSGW.
All right, that'll do it for this hour of the Art Lewis Show. We will be back next hour. We're going to start out talking about Party on McCarty. They got country night coming up. Before that, though, we'll have news for you, news from CBS. That'll be the national and international report. Local reporter will bring you up to date on the Great Lakes Bay region and the state of Michigan. And then after that, we'll be back to talk about Party on McCarty and open phones. Talk to you then.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. There's reassuring news for people who got Moderna's COVID vaccine. Reports they're about 93% effective 6 months after the second dose. CBS's Dr. David Agus.
This is an important milestone. Previously, Pfizer has shown this, as well as Johnson & Johnson has alluded to data such as this, is that the lasting effects of the vaccine are there, both in T-cell immunity and in measured antibody immunity.
In the South, they're scrambling to keep up with spikes in Delta-fueled infections. CBS's Jim Krasula.
When it comes to COVID-19, things have gone from bad to worse in the state of Mississippi.
6. That's how many open ICU beds we had in the state of Mississippi this morning. 6.
Dr. Jonathan Wilson of the Medical Center is calling the lack of ICU beds dire.
The Defense Secretary is expected to recommend mandatory vaccinations for service members. Correspondent Cammie McCormick is at the Pentagon.
It is a readiness issue.
Navy Surgeon General Rear Admiral Bruce Gillingham calls the vaccines a form of body armor for troops.
We would not send our folks into combat without flak and Kevlar. The enemy this time is a virus, and we have a biologic body armor for them to take and use to protect them.
The vaccines haven't been required for troops so far because they haven't yet received formal approval from the FDA.
In Northern California, a man chewed through a historic community. Correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti.
The flames of the Dixie Fire gutted the entire town of Greenville, California. Homes, stores, and gas stations burned to the ground. The fire is on the move, exploding to about 20,000 acres in a single day.
The Biden administration is expected to set a target of having half of all vehicles sold in the U.S. be electric by 2030. CBS's Ben Tracy.
Today, EPA will unveil stricter new efficiency standards for cars and trucks, claiming it will save American drivers as much as $250 billion in fuel costs by 2050. And billion tons of carbon pollution.
The U.S. takes gold in track and field at the Olympics. CBS's Steve Futterman.
It was 1-2 for the U.S. in the men's shot put. Ryan Krauser, who won the gold in Rio, also took it here in Tokyo. His winning toss, 76 feet, 5.5 inches, the second longest in history.
I'm just so happy to be here and have the opportunity to compete.
U.S. men's basketball team beat Australia to move on to the finals. Jobless claims were down by 14,000 last week to 385,000. The Dow is up 140 points. This is CBS News.
With Indeed Instant Match, just sponsored
Receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
So the dream was to build your very own boss, call all the shots. But have things like billing, HR, timekeeping, and all the other management stuff turned your dream into a nightmare? Take charge of your practice with Lexicon. We're the intersection of practice management software and legal support services for your firm. You'll get more billable and livable hours back. Lexicon marks the spot for all your practice management needs. Visit lexiconservices.com/intersection to get the whole story or schedule a demo.
In their recent budget proposal, the White House Budget Office forecast inflation for 2021 at 2.1%. The actual rate was 5.4%. The point? Inflation is here. It's coming faster than our government is prepared for, and their solution is to stick their heads in the sand. Now, don't stick your head in the sand. This is Dinesh D'Souza urging you to hedge against inflation by diversifying into gold and silver with Birch Gold Group. Through a little-known tax loophole, Birch Gold Group can help you convert your retirement savings tied to the stock market into an IRA backed by precious metals. I buy my gold from Birch Gold. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews. Get a free information kit by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. Again, text PROTECT to 989898 to claim your free kit and to speak with a precious metals expert on holding gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Sunny skies and 105. Good morning. I'm Mike Percha. The city of Saginaw is holding a news conference later this morning to address a recent increase in gun violence. Mayor Brenda Moore will talk about action the city is taking, and representatives from local law enforcement, along with other community leaders. Bishop Larry Camel will also be on hand, speaking as co-chair of the ALPACT committee, which stands for Advocates and Leaders for Police and Community Trust. The Saginaw School Board met yesterday to vote on what to do with the Bean Elevator located on Niagara, home of the future Saginaw High School. The school district is overhauling its vision of education and the buildings where students learn, consolidating Saginaw High and Arthur Hill High into one school and located at the former agricultural business. In a 6-0 vote, the board made the decision to move ahead with the demolition of the building. Bearline Construction was awarded the contract for the job, costing a little. The iconic Beans Bunny sign at the top of the elevator will be preserved. Butterflies in the Park returned this year on Sunday to benefit patients in need of hospice and home care. The event, which took place in Alma, Clare, Gladwin, Midland, Mount Pleasant, and West Branch, released nearly 450 butterflies. It was sponsored by Mid-Michigan Home Care and the Mid-Michigan Health Foundation, which managed to raise more than $12,600. Mid-Michigan Home Care is also currently seeking volunteers. For information on how, visit midmichigan.org/volunteer or call 989-6367. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
And the winner is...
Who doesn't love to win? Now you can win big at Wildfire Credit Union with the Great Loan Payoff. Finance any secured or signature loan at Wildfire from May through August, and Wildfire might just pay it off up to $50,000. That's right, they are paying off a loan up to $50,000 for one lucky winner, maybe even me. Loans must be approved by noon on August 31st to qualify. The Wildfire Great Loan Payoff drawing takes place in September. The winner will be notified immediately. Anyone who finances loan through Wildfire from May through August wins big with great rates and terms.
It's easy and convenient to apply. Just ask for Wildfire financing at your dealership. Apply online or directly at your nearest Wildfire branch. The Great Loan Payoff, now through August, only at Wildfire. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Loans subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. Visit wildfirecu.org/payoff for details.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has so far approved about $29 million in grants for Detroit residents whose home by heavy flooding during a late June storm. Mayor Mike Duggan says FEMA teams were in Detroit neighborhoods Wednesday, speaking with residents and business owners about how to file claims. The storm dumped more than 6 inches of rain on Detroit and 3 suburban communities on June 25th and 26th, leaving thousands of basements and dozens of streets flooded. In mid-July, President Biden approved a disaster declaration that made federal grants and low-cost loans available to residents and business owners. Now that masks are back on at auto plants, car makers and suppliers are rethinking return-to-work plans for office workers. Here's Autobeat reporter Jeff.
Continental North America President Bob Lee wanted office workers back at least part-time starting in the fall. That timeline is getting fuzzier by the day.
The recent outbreak of the Delta variant has caused us to rethink. We still want everybody to come back when it's safe, and we don't want to take risks with the safety of our employees. So it's something that we're literally revisiting week to week.
Lee says he hopes the return to office at Continental can still happen sometime before the end of the year.
Some frightening moments in southwest Michigan as a man barricaded himself, and it all began to unfold in Woodland in Berry County, southeast of Grand Rapids, around 7 o'clock last night. Michigan State Police say an armed man barricaded himself inside a mobile gas station and shots were fired. No one was hurt. No hostages were inside either. Negotiations went on for hours. Now the man is in custody. Police say a lot led up to the incident, but have not provided details at this point. WSGW News Time, 10:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW forecast. Sunshine for the forecast area as temperatures warm to the mid-80s. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Partly cloudy tonight, 63 for your low. Friday, we do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine, 83 degrees for your high. South-southwest winds gusting in the 20s. Friday night, chance for showers and thunderstorms. Cloud cover, 67 for your low and breezy southwest winds. Saturday, thunderstorms, otherwise sunshine, 85 degrees. I'm meteorologist Mandy Faluber with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, 73.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.
And good morning. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW for this Thursday morning. And we'll have open phones later on in the hour, but we're going to start the hour talking about an event that only happens in the summer. It happens several weeks during the summer, several weeknights during the summer. It is called Party on McCarty at the big, huge Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. We're going to talk about it this morning with John Howell. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
Thanks for being with us this morning. I was trying to think back. How long has Party on McCarty been going on?
Well, last year would have been our 10th year, but because of COVID, we were forced to cancel. So this year would be our 10th year. 10th anniversary is this year.
10th anniversary this year. And how many weeks in the summer do you do it? How many Party on McCartys are there?
We have 6 different events with different genres.
And all those different genres. Now, what's coming up at the next Party on McCarty?
That would be tonight. Doors will open at 5 o'clock. 5:30 music starts. It's country night, and we have Melissa Lee, and she's going to be singing with Billy Gunther and Midwest Riders. We put them together. And the second band will be Gunner and the Grizzlies. They're out of Detroit and of Nashville. So little country rock tonight. So it should be a good entertaining for everybody.
So let's talk a little bit about the costs of putting this on. It takes money to put it on, but at the same time, it is a fundraising event for the Soccer Association. So how do you raise your money?
Well, when we first started 10 years ago, we charged $5 donation to park. We make our money off selling beer, and we charge our sponsors to be a sponsor, and then we also have our food sponsors, our food vendors that pay us money. Those are our streams of revenue. Yes.
Now
but like you said, costs are going up. So
So this year is it a $2 surcharge? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're charging a $2 donation. But what's really cool, and you give you a $2 donation, instantly McDonald's gives you a buy one get one free chicken nuggets. And 7-Eleven gives you a Slurpee, a big gulp, a hot dog. The Soccer Association gives you a ticket to win prizes. We give away 20 prizes per night, and the grand prizes we're going to have the last night are phenomenal.
Wow!
So you're a winner when you walk away. That's for sure.
Yeah, you get more than your $2 back right off the bat. Right off the bat.
We've got some good sponsors. Yes.
So let's talk about driving there and what traffic is like, and when you should arrive, and all of that good stuff. And where do you park?
Well, I'm out front directing traffic, which makes it easy because we move. We've got room for about 600 cars in our three lots that we have up front. We have parking across the street at the Lutheran School, and then we have some space down at the Greek Church if needed. So we've got plenty of parking. And obviously, historically, we get into these last three events, and the weather's gorgeous. We have record crowds.
Yeah, I imagine you will have record crowds. It's wonderful to be out doing these things again. So let's talk. Tonight is country night. What's ahead in the last couple?
Well, this is obviously August 5th tonight. We come back August 12th, which is next week, with Craft Beer Night, Bell's Craft Beer Night, and we have 25-cent beer band and 50-amp fuse. And Covenant is our band sponsor. We've got Moose, and we've got Mix 106 as our radio sponsor.
Yep.
So it should be a great night. We call it our dance night because with country and with rock, and 50-amp fuse is one of the better bands in the state of Michigan as far as what they play and how they play it. They're very good.
And is that the last night? The 12th?
Finish up the last night with, which is August 19th, with Classic Rock Night.
Ah, okay.
And we have Under Advisement and the Rock Show. And we're going to have Sparty there from Michigan State University.
Aha!
It's Sparty on McCarty night the last night.
Sparty on McCarty. Oh, I love it. That sounds wonderful. Well, it is.
We've been a sponsor for many years, yes.
And it is, it's great to have these outdoor events, and then Mother Nature cooperates and you get a beautiful night, and it's just absolutely wonderful to be there. So tonight you open up at what time again?
Gates open at 5 o'clock, and 5:30 the music starts.
Just starts early. And you talked about, go ahead, John. Sorry.
No, I just was going to say each band plays 2 hours, and we have a half-hour break. And tonight that'll be interesting is we're going to honor Greg Rummel, and we're naming our military night Greg Rummel Military Night. He had a lot to do with the history of the museum in Frankenmuth, of the war history.
Yep.
The museum in town. And then we've got Elizabeth Christie on the small stage, play her guitar for a few songs between the breaks. So we have music. We try to keep people on their toes moving forward.
All right, you mentioned food vendors, so let's give them a plug. Who's there and what kind of food can we get?
Well, there's Jets Pizza. We have a nice vendor. You can get shaved ice. We've got a turkey gobbler vendor. Jets Pizza's out there. We've got a barbecue vendor, a hot dog vendor.
Oh, I'm not going to go hungry.
Popcorn vendor. No, they do very well. I mean, when we started 10 years ago, at the end of the night, they were chasing me around, wanting to know how they going to get more business. Now they're all very happy because we have a good crowd. They all come out to eat.
All right, very good. Well, John, we look forward to it, and we thank you for spending a little time with us this morning. I'll tell you, before you leave, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Saginaw Township Soccer Association?
Well, I think we started in 1992. It started because of the Canamera games, the need to have a soccer complex in Saginaw to compete against Cambridge, Ontario. And since then, the Soccer Association has built what we see today. We started out with, I believe, 16 fields. And a few years back in the early 2000s, we built the other fields in the back so we could host the 2012 Midwest Regionals and then the 2016 Midwest Regionals. The soccer complex just had National Night Out on Tuesday night, which was a big night for everybody. Police and fire came out. And we also do the state cups. We have lacrosse tournaments. And we're in the process of moving the Christmas tree to the soccer complex for Christmas time so we can light up the whole place and people can all come out and sing carols and everything else. The Soccer Association has turned into the place to be in Saginaw Town.
Sounds like it. All right, my friend. Well, look, good luck tonight with Country Night, and we thank you for spending a little time with us this morning.
All right, it's always a pleasure. You're a great thing for Saginaw. We appreciate all you do for us.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Take care, John.
Thanks,
bye now.
You are.
John Howell, Saginaw Township Soccer Association, of course, hosts Party on McCarty. Tonight, Country Night. So there you go, all you country fans. Get on out and enjoy yourself. We'll take a break from the rest of the hour. It's open phones, whatever you'd like to chat about. Saginaw Bay City, 752-6111. Inside the state of Michigan, 866-790-WSGW. Outside the state, 989-752-6111. Most carriers don't charge you long distance and roaming anymore, so it's a free call. So chime in and let us know what's on your mind this morning here on the Art Lewis Show. We'll be back with you after these notes.
Come on, come in, let the fun begin.
At MichiganLottery.com, the one place you'll find exclusive games like Queen of Diamonds and Michigan Cash Draw, plus Powerball and Mega Millions that can reach $1 billion. Cash out online or at your favorite store. And all proceeds support Michigan schools and businesses. Get 100% match on your first deposit up to $100, plus free games. Sign up with promo code RADIO. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
So play on, Michigan, 'cause we all win.
Update the look of your home and save with new Mastercraft doors from Menards. Choose from our in-stock selection, including pre-finished doors, or design your door for free in-store or on Menards.com with our door designer. Save 11% on all Mastercraft door systems. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through August 7th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store.
Big money at Menards.
Hey there, it's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with an inside track on a company that could save your family over $800 a year on a basic service everyone needs, H2O Wireless. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, H2O Wireless gives you the exact same coverage as one of those, but at half the price. That's right, H2O Wireless uses the same network, same towers. You can even keep your phone and number because switching is as easy as swapping a SIM card. Right now, get unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 a month. And if you want a new phone, H2O Wireless has huge savings on the latest iPhones and Androids. Here's what you need to do. Pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O. When you do, you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O and your family $800 a year today.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report. Stocks opened higher. Investors are looking at another improvement in the job market, though it's modest. The number of new claims for unemployment benefits declined by 14,000 last week to 385,000. The number of continuing claims also dropped. Ford and General Motors shares have been trending higher after reports that the auto industry has agreed with a proposal from the Biden administration to have roughly half of all cars and light trucks sold in the U.S. electric, hydrogen fuel cell, or plug-in hybrid vehicles by 2030. Ford, GM, and Stellantis say their commitment depends on federal support. Starbucks is moving up its plans to boost its minimum wage to $12 an hour. It was planning the move in January. Now it will happen in October. That's your Fox Business Report. Sola, invested in you.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. HIMS was our answer. HIMS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He got medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price of the name brand, delivered right to our door. Thanks to HIMS, we got our intimacy and our marriage back.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit free when you go to forhims.com/joy. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Celebrate summer. The Midland Area Community Foundation is proud to present the Midland Area River Days Festival, August 5th through 7th in Midland. 3 days of fun, including kids' activities, balloon festival, music, fireworks, and more. See the complete schedule at riverdaysmidland.com.
Fly ball left field. Watch that one fly. Way. Number 18 for Jonathan Scope.
The Tigers play 12:50 today on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, back with you on the Art Lewis Show. Open phones from now till 11 o'clock. I have been asked repeatedly to reread the John Titler piece that I read the other day. And every couple of years, I pull this thing out and read it, and the response is always the same. Do it again, do it again. And now I found another one. This one is written by Thomas Jefferson. So I'll read both of these, and then we'll chat about it a little bit. I'll save the Titler one for last, because the Jefferson one is a new one to me that I found. And this is what Jefferson wrote. This comes from the letters of Thomas Jefferson. Quote, "And to preserve their independence, we must not let our rulers load us with perpetual debt. We must make our elections between economy and liberty, or profusion and servitude. If we run into such debts as that we must be taxed in our meat and in our drink, in our necessities and our comforts, in our labors and our amusements, for our callings and our creeds, as the people of England are, like them, must come to labor 16 hours in the 24-hour period, giving the earnings of 15 of these to the government for their debts and daily expenses, and the 16th being insufficient to afford us bread, we must live as they do now on oatmeal and potatoes, have no time to think, no means of calling the mismanagers to account, but be glad to obtain subsistence by hiring ourselves to rivet their chains on the necks of our fellow sufferers." Again, language of the day, hard to follow. And then Titler. This one's easy to follow. Quote, "A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidates promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that a democracy always collapses over loose fiscal policy, always followed by a dictatorship. The average age of the world's greatest civilizations has been 200 years. These nations have progressed through this sequence from bondage to spiritual faith, from spiritual faith to great courage, from courage to liberty, from liberty to abundance, from abundance to selfishness, from selfishness to apathy, from apathy to dependence, from dependence back into bondage. Where do you think we fall on that list? Somewhere around the dependence and the apathy, I'm afraid. Mark is in Mount Pleasant. Mark, good morning.
Hey, Art.
Morning.
Morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, you follow politics a little bit, I think. Elections have consequences, and who we vote in, you should stand behind them, and they're an elected official. The eviction notice moratorium expired a few days ago, and unfortunately, nobody in Congress acted that was elected to keep it going. However, the CDC, who is non-elected from the people, decided to extend that. Where do you fall on that, having non-elected officials take up and extend these types of government bills that was already backed by the government? Because they're not a government entity, are they?
I would agree with the Supreme Court's initial ruling. They exceeded their authority. And we will find out if they've done that again because lawsuits have already been filed. The problem is, and this is what they know, and this is the unfortunate part, they can enact that moratorium. They know, even the president admitted there will be challenges. But the moratorium is till October 3rd, and they know full well, more than likely, there will not be any court action before that time. So they win even if they lose. Even if the court slaps them down and says, you can't do that, they've already done it.
Right.
And I am not a fan of the unaccountable, that's what I call unelected officials, because we can't hold them to accounting. We don't vote for them. And I want to see, to me, we send people to Washington to do our bidding. They should do it. That's what they're paid for. And, if they want to slough off on issues, we need to find new people to send. But we don't, because we love the people we send. My guy is great. It's your guy that's bad. So I keep sending my guy, and everybody else sends their guy. So nothing changes. You can't do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result.
Do you think that's not going to end until they say the pandemic is over, as far as
No.
everything that's going on?
Well, this is pandemic related, but it's been going on a long time. I mean, agencies make rules all the time that we have to live by. The pandemic maybe brought it to the forefront a little more because the rules are different. But they've been doing this a long time. This is not new. Not new at all. It's one of the reasons I don't favor term limits, because it empowers the bureaucrats, because they know they can outlast the representatives,
Right.
And I'm not a fan of term limits because of that. So I'm kind of in your camp. I don't want to see them do it. And it has nothing to do with whether the moratorium is right or wrong. It has to do with who's making the rules.
Correct.
So,
Okay,
all right.
fair enough.
Good enough. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye now. That was Mark in Mount Pleasant. Line's open for you. Give us a call. No, I just, I have, when it comes to term limits, I'm not a fan, particularly really strict term limits like we have in Michigan. We send representatives to Lansing. They're there maximum 6 years. Senators for, a longer period, but their terms are longer, which means just about the time they really get good at their jobs and know what's happening, we say goodbye. You lose all that experience. Now, I know we can argue forever that the experience is good and the experience is bad, that we get people in there for life, and, and if we don't like what they do, we can't get rid of them. I say term limits is sort of an answer for us because we don't want to do it ourselves. It becomes automatic. What I mean by that is we don't want to have to vote in new people. We like our guy, we keep our guy. So this forces the hand, so to speak. Well, I mean, is there a compromise? Well, there is a compromise, although I'm not in favor of it because I don't like term limits, period. But in Michigan, for example, it would seem to me it would make more sense to have 12 and 12. And by that I mean 12 years as a representative, 12 years as a senator. On the Senate side, you would rotate a third of the Senate every 3 years. And on the House side, you can continue to vote every other year for your representatives. And that's similar, the voting part of it is similar to what happens in Congress. In the Senate, in Congress, you don't vote for every senator every time. Not all of them run for re-election. They're staggered. And I could see that kind of system in Michigan. I wouldn't personally think it's the best thing in the world, but it's better than what we have right now. So I'm a reluctant supporter of 12 and 12 term limits in the state of Michigan. And by the way, for those that call for Congress to be term limited, save your breath. It would take a constitutional amendment. Now, let's face it. The people who represent us aren't going to vote for it. And I doubt very much if you could get the necessary states to vote for it. It's very difficult to amend the Constitution for a reason. Because the Founding Fathers did not want it to be a political tool. They didn't want it to change at the political whim of the ruling party, whoever that was. Because then it has no merit. They were very smart in the way they did things. Considering they couldn't agree with each other very much, it was amazing how much compromise they had to come to form this nation. All right, we're going to take a pause. Let me talk to you for a moment about Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Proud to be a business that serves this area with the finest in dining and takeout services. I'm grateful for all of you who have supported them. They look forward to serving all of you once again. Every day is takeout day at Krizak's, except Mondays when they're closed. Today from 11 to 7, Friday and Saturday 11 to 8. Krizak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass in Michigan on Bay City's south side. For takeouts, reservations for parties and events, 894-5531. 894-5531. Krizak's House Family Restaurant. We will be back. Lines are open for you on the Art Lewis Show.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for third-generation auto in Bay City. You're going to get a full synthetic oil change, a free pair of wiper blades, also a 35-point inspection, complete lube, filter, and all fluids topped off in the same day, and at no extra charge. This deal would normally cost you $110. $39.99. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Start your summer off right at United Financial Credit Union. From summer fun to summer savings, United Financial has everything you need to play big and save big all summer long. We can help our members put more cash in their pockets this summer. Take advantage of our summer skip-a-pay and skip your next loan payment. Or for a limited time, we have our no credit check summer fun loan available. Let United Financial help you with all of your financial needs so you can enjoy your summer. Not a member? Why not? It's never been easier to switch your accounts and become a member at United Financial, where we put you first. Stop in or visit our website for details.
Some restrictions apply. See credit union for details. Federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Union, serving the Valley community.
So the dream was to build your very own law practice. Be your own boss, call all the shots. But have things like billing, HR, timekeeping, and all the other management stuff turned your dream into a nightmare? Take charge of your practice with Lexicon. We're the intersection of practice management software and legal support services for your firm. You'll get more billable and livable hours back. Lexicon marks the spot for all your practice management needs. Visit lexiconservices.com/intersection to get the whole story or schedule a demo.
For the ones going above and beyond. For the ones reaching out, helping out, and lending a hand. For the ones people count on. You can count on Grainger. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, backed by 24/7 customer support and specialists to help with hard-to-find products. Because you've got everyone's back. Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Bill Hahn of Jay's Sporting Goods gets us ready for the fall hunting season. In hour number 2, Larry Jennings of Jonah Jigs talks about jigging for big king salmon. And in hour number 3, we're talking about outdoor photography with Steve Jessmore. Plus, wild game chef Dave Miner has another great recipe. Listen Sunday mornings at 9 on 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
On air and online from the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. Lines wide open for you, whatever you'd like to chat about. Have you been following the saga of Spirit Airlines? Wow. Why is anybody even booking with them right now? It's amazing. Going into their 5th day of cancellations. Today, probably 50-60% of their flights have been canceled. They blame the rush of tourism. In other words, people getting back to flying again, coupled with staff shortages, is the way they say it. And I guess here's my thoughts on it. Being a former travel person, owning a tour company for many years and dealing with various suppliers of what kind, what have you. It just seems to me, first of all, they should have been prepared for the rush of tourists. Everyone had to know that the minute any of the restrictions were lifted, people were going to come out of the walls because they have been so restricted in the last year and a half. They want to get out. They want to do things. So they weren't prepared for it. The staff shortage has some legitimacy to it, but everybody is suffering from that. But for an airline to cancel 40 to 60% of its flights every day for 5 days, something's amiss. You don't see Delta doing that. You don't see American Airlines doing it. You don't see United doing it. What is there about Spirit? Where did they go wrong that they have found themselves in this position? Somebody was asleep at the switch. Had to be. Now, make no mistake, right now there is a shortage of pilots. They're looking to recruit folks to learn to fly, or come out of the military and fly. So it's, everybody's in that boat. But yet other airlines seem to be getting along much better than Spirit, to say the least. And the other side of it is What's it going to do them down the road? Would you, right now, if you were going to fly someplace that Spirit flew, and they're a low-cost carrier, they're fee-based, is what I call them. You can get on the plane cheap, but all the little fees that go along bring it right up there. Would you book on Spirit right now? I wouldn't go anywhere near them. Why would I risk that? Yet their lobbies are full of people. It just is amazing. Just amazing to watch. Delmar's in Saginaw. Let's say good morning to Delmar.
Hey, Art, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I get the Wall Street Journal. If you ever pick it up, there's been a lot of articles about Spirit Airlines in there, but I'm not calling about that. I'm calling about the national debt and what it really means. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
1933, when the American government realized that a $20 gold piece was costing them $17 to make it. They decided to take us off the gold standard. They knew it wouldn't be long with inflation that they couldn't make a $20 gold piece for $20. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then at that point, of course, all the coins, gold was rounded up, of course, all melted down, and that's where Fort Knox came from. Okay? Fort Knox is where all the gold coins were melted down and sent in bars. The problem that we have, or we really don't have with the national debt, is we have about 60 depend upon the U.S. dollar as their exchange currency, not gold.
Yeah.
The United States government can print all the cash it wants, as long as these other countries and our country has faith in that dollar.
Not so.
There's not enough gold and silver to back it up.
Yeah, but that's not true because that affects it.
True.
No, they could do it, but it impacts inflation. And that's the caveat.
Listen, in 1965, when we had no inflation, a brand new Chevy Impala cost you $1,500.
Yeah.
Now it costs $30,000. You know what that $1,500 and $30,000? You know what that difference is called?
Yeah, it's called inflation.
That's right. We're going to have inflation all the time.
Yeah, so
there's no way we're going to get out of inflation because people don't want more money. They don't want better wages.
No. Wait a minute. Wait. There's inflation at 1%, 2%, and 3%. And there's inflation at 17, 18, 19, 20%. We went through that in the Carter era. And nobody wants that again.
Why did we get off the gold standard?
Well, because
we had a national recession. And we're handing out cash to people, $30 a month for boys to join the CCW camps. We were giving out money to get out of this recession. They were printing more and more cash. Did you ever watch the movie Italian Job?
No.
You should.
Why?
Because it's based on the Federal Reserve in New York City, where the United States government keeps a huge amount of gold, and so does all the countries.
And it's all
the
fact?
Keep their gold.
You're telling me the movie is all fact?
No, but they use it as the backdrop of what they're going to rob. But that Federal Reserve in New York is where all that gold is today. Okay, that we exchange with China, we exchange with Japan, and it goes from one side of the hall to another into their own little room. But most of those countries are accepting U.S. dollars.
Yeah.
They're accepting U.S. dollars. The only time we are going to get in trouble if somebody like China says, well, listen, you owe us $14 trillion. We don't want American dollars this time. We want gold. Okay? They're taking American dollars and they're spending American dollars at these foreign countries.
Yeah, I know that, but they hold our debt.
You go to the Eastern Bloc countries, they want U.S. dollars. They don't want gold.
Yeah, I know that.
Vacation.
I know that.
So inflation. I mean, this national debt isn't as big as people think it is.
Okay.
Because it's what's backing our money.
All right.
There's nothing.
Fair enough.
It's just your faith.
Well, the faith in government. Faith in government.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Can I ask you a question? Why
Real
would
quick.
you accept a quarter? Why would you accept a quarter for 25 cents when the government only cost them 3 cents to make it? Why do you accept that quarter?
I don't know. Why do you?
Because I have faith in my country.
Exactly.
You have faith in it. That's why you accept it. We don't care what that quarter is backed up with.
Faith and credit of the U.S.
You know,
and you wake up in the morning and you go out and you spend it and you don't think about it. Hey, I got to run. I'm late.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Take care, Delmar. Bye-bye now. And we will back with more after these notes.
Small business owners know cutting costs without cutting quality is tough. How do you without hurting your business? Easy. Get Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212. Switch to Spectrum Business and you can get the best internet and phone services for half of what you're paying today. Cutting costs can be easy when you get Spectrum Business. Just call 888-489-2212. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a Roof Max shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money. Guaranteed with Roof Max, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
What's better than being outdoors and enjoying a summer day in Michigan? How about golfing at the Saginaw Cup? At the Saginaw Promise Swinging for the Promise golf event on Thursday, August 19th. 18 holes of golf with a cart, grilled lunch at the turn, delicious dinner, trophies, prizes, and a lot of fun. Register online, saginawpromise.org. Call 989-755-0545. Sponsorships available. Saginaw Promise, making a difference through post-secondary education and scholarships.
The real estate market is always tough, but this market, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. When the average home stays on the market just 24 days and houses routinely go for more than the listing price, who you work with matters. Realtors have the expertise, local knowledge, and personal touch to give you a competitive advantage throughout the entire home buying process. And that's something an ordinary agent could never do. So make sure your agent is a realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW Online poll about the Tokyo Summer Olympics of the delayed by 1 year and no fans in the stands Tokyo Summer Olympic Games. The analysts and the experts are crunching numbers to determine the interest of the games. How many people watched on TV? How many visited online sites? What about the social media trends? Our poll question is, what was your interest in the Tokyo Summer Olympic Games? Did you have lots of interest in watching TV, following social media, watching online? Were you interested? Saw some TV in other places? Not have much interest at all? Have you heard some news reports, or you had no interest at all? What was your Tokyo Summer Olympic Games experience? Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, find that poll box, and click on it and make your vote that way.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, and we got done talking to Delmar about gold and the gold standard, and the fact that the dollar has become the world currency. Although China would like to change that, and so would Russia. I think would like to see their currencies. However, the reality is that if we keep going the way we're going, push is going to come to shove at some point. How can you have, a $30 trillion debt and want to add to it by at least $4.5 trillion is sitting on the table right now, $1 trillion with the infrastructure bill and $3.5 trillion with the what I'll call the family infrastructure bill? At some point, I mean, can you imagine if every state in the country could deficit spend, or if every person every person can, you get credit cards. There was a story yesterday about how many trillions of dollars the consumer debt is right now in this country. Eventually, it's got to catch up with you. Doesn't it? Seems logical. Because a large part of our budget has to go to paying the interest to the Chinas of the world that hold a lot of our debt. You know, the very countries that we want to bring into line in terms of costs and all of those things and trade agreements are sitting there holding our debt. Where's our leverage? What do we have other than the American dollar? What do we have that we can hold over their head? Well, the one major thing we have that we can hold over their head is we start making the stuff ourselves again and stop buying from them. That's the leverage we have. But that's not going to happen because we, the people, want it cheap. We don't buy value, we buy cheap. Give you an example of that. One of the reasons we had a tour business for 14 years and we got out of it. The reason we got out of it was that people were buying cheap. They weren't buying value. We cost a little more, but we gave you a lot more. But that didn't matter because travelers were buying cheap. And you reach a point where you say, it's just not worth it to fight that anymore. And that's what's happening with China. That's what's happened with China. We've caused it. We want stuff cheap. Dave is in Bay City. We'll take him before we have to take our last break. Dave, good morning.
Hey, Art, we're running out of time, so I'll be quick.
Yep.
I got two things for you this morning. You probably heard the illustration of how to capture wild pigs, right?
Which was?
Hey, so here's the deal. So if you got wild pigs and you want to capture them, put out some food. Pigs come in, they start eating, and while you're putting out food every day, start building a fence. And, of course, they'll run away when you're out there, but they come back and just keep building that fence.
And eventually you've got them fenced.
And then you got them. So there's a price for cheap stuff.
Yep, that's true, but, you know, I don't see the fence being built.
Excuse me?
I don't see the fence being built around China, for example. They're building the fence around us. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
We're the pigs going to the trough. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're the pigs headed for the slaughter.
Yep.
That's not an overstatement. So, but the second thing is, I am so happy that Mark Levin's book, American Marxism, is number one. I'm listening to the audiobook right now. I hope you're reading it, listening to it, something. I hope your entire audience will, because it is so illustrative of where we're at, how did we get here, and what do we do now? Now, again, hope springs eternal.
Yeah.
And this country has been through how many hopeless situations? I mean, we shouldn't have won in 1776.
We're resilient.
We should not have.
Yeah, we're resilient, though. Hey, I got to interrupt because I'm out of time, but we will talk more about it later. Appreciate it. Thank you, Don.
God bless.
You too. We'll be back to close out after these notes.
Join Forward Convenience Stores this month as it helps fuel the fight to end childhood cancer. From now through September 30th, fuel up at one of the specially marked pumps found at all 26 Forward Shell convenience stores. And Forward will donate a penny to the American Cancer Society for every gallon you put in your tank. To find the nearest Forward Shell giving pump near you, visit forwardconvenience.com/ACS. And together we can help families, researchers, caregivers, and survivors in their tireless fight against childhood cancer.
Start your summer off right at United Financial Credit Union. From summer fun to summer savings, United Financial. Play big and save big all summer long. Looking for a new financial institution? We can help. It's easy to make the switch. Need money for a vacation? We can help. With personal loans as low as 4.99% APR, and auto loans as low as 1.99% APR. Let United Financial help you with all of your financial needs so you can enjoy your summer. Not a member? Why not? It's never been easier to switch your accounts and become a member at United Financial, where we put you first. Stop in or visit our website for details.
Rate subject to change. APR equals annual percentage rate. Some restrictions apply. See credit union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. Serving the Valley community.
In an emergency, when seconds count, you have a choice.
Ordinary.
Or extraordinary. Healthcare.
A few sort of private rooms.
Or 65 fully private rooms, including rooms designed just for seniors and children.
I think the emergency doctors are board certified.
Or 45 Covenant emergency doctors, all board certified.
Some trauma care.
Or verified level 2 trauma center for adults and kids. With specialized care at the Covenant Pediatric and Senior Emergency Care Centers. Our senior center is the first accredited geriatric ER in the region.
Our patients are satisfied, I think.
Covenant ranks in the top 10% for patient satisfaction nationwide for hospital emergency departments of our size.
So maybe Covenant is a better choice.
Covenant is the best choice. For extraordinary emergency care, no one beats Covenant. Learn more at covenanthealthcare.com/ECC.
O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on. How much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstar batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. Coming up on Focus, we're going to talk about something called a Dri-athalon with Amber. We'll find out more about that after the news. First from CBS, and then the local report, and then I'll be back with you right after the news. See you on Focus.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, FM Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Steve Kathan. Vaccine mandates are the new pandemic debate point, with daily coronavirus cases now closing in on 100,000 a day in the U.S. CBS's Cammie McCormick says it might not be long before the order in the military is roll up your sleeves.
With the Delta variant surging, the Pentagon appears to be poised to do something it has not so far, mandate vaccinations. Even though the vaccines haven't received formal approval, about half of the armed forces are fully vaccinated. The percentage is higher among active duty troops. Some argue vaccinations are essential for military readiness.
There's new information today about the long-term effectiveness of one of the vaccines. CBS's Dr. David Agus.
Moderna announced today that its COVID-19 vaccine did not significantly decrease in its immunity 6 months after the second dose. The vaccine are there, both in T-cell immunity and in measured antibody immunity.
Pfizer and J&J have seen similar results. It's a bad scene in Greenville, California. A major wildfire tore through the small town, destroying the center of it and many homes. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti.
Fire crews are going to have a busy day ahead of them. Red flag warnings remain in effect through the evening. Wind gusts could reach up to 35 miles per hour, turning hotspots into major flames.
Now to Washington, where CBS's Stephen Portnoy tells us the Biden administration's due to set new targets for fuel efficiency and electric vehicle use.
The president's goal, expressed in an executive order, is for about half of new vehicles sold in the U.S. to be electric-powered by the end of the decade. U.S. automakers call it an ambitious aspiration that they're already striving for, but one that's dependent on a massive investment in charging stations that don't now exist. In the meantime, the administration wants to see automakers further boosting cutting tailpipe pollution, by 2026.
Iran's new hardline president took the oath of office today. In a speech, he condemned U.S. sanctions. At the Summer Games, CBS's Jamie Yukis reports from Tokyo on the final game for the U.S. women's soccer team.
Of sorts for Team USA's women's soccer team, who are not used to playing for a bronze, convincingly beating Australia for the medal, even though it was not the one they wanted.
The U.S. men's basketball team beat Australia to advance to the gold medal game. The U.S. took gold in the men's shot put and the women's pole vault. The government says first-time claims for jobless benefits fell by 14,000 last week to 385,000. And on Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 193 points. NASDAQ is up 91. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable financial planning for everyday Americans. No wealth or asset minimum. Advice for every stage of your life.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier and empower your retirement. They talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference between just surviving and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, the process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. That's 988-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EP. Pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable. So don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Morning skies at 75 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. A proposed housing project in the city of Alma was nixed after the City Planning Commission denied the request from Bethany Christian. The organization had requested a rezoning of the Warwick Living Center in order to house migrant boys ages 12 to 17 who have crossed the southern U.S. border. The center is a former nursing home. The Planning Commission held a public hearing last month to get input from the community, in which around 400 people attended. The matter was tabled until yesterday when the commission denied the rezoning request. Congressman Dan Kildee stopped by Saginaw's Temple Theater yesterday to discuss how entertainment venue support funds from the American Rescue Plan. Here's WSW's Rick Antonio.
The theater recently received $300,000 from the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program to help offset costs related business limitations. Kildee, joined by Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce President Veronica Horn and 95th District State Representative Amos O'Neill, says the cultural impact of the theater and businesses like it are important pieces of the local economy.
The impact on cultural institutions like the historic Temple Theater, which is an amazing facility, are measured more than just by the economic impact the pandemic has had. These venues, they're very much a sense of place. It helps define the community, and it gives the community experiences that otherwise wouldn't be available.
The Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program was established through bipartisan work on December's COVID-19 relief as part of the American Rescue Plan, with more than $16 billion designated to support jobs throughout the entertainment industry. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
WSGW News Time, 11:07.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS program, like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free Call
800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. General Motors posted a healthy $2.8 billion second quarter profit yesterday, but its cautious outlook for the rest of the year spooked investors. The Detroit automaker made the strong profit despite computer chips that have forced it and other companies to temporarily close factories. While the GM raised its outlook for the year, it also cautioned about high commodity prices and lower production due to the chip shortage. And it warned that the highly contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus would hamper its supply chain. The cautious tone rattled investors who pushed GM shares down almost 9%. A man from Michigan is pleading guilty in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Here's Michigan News Network's Jason Scott.
He's Carl Dresch of Calumet. The issue is virtually resolved. The 40-year-old upper 6 months in prison, of which he's already served in a Washington, D.C. jail, and $500 in restitution. Dresch spent about 25 minutes inside the Capitol. Prosecutors say he entered through a door on the Senate side and exited through a window. He also shared photos on Facebook, including one with the title, "We Are In." Nationwide, prosecutors have charged more than 500 people in the attack, including 11 from Michigan.
Jason Scott, the Michigan News Network.
Michigan's weekly number of people getting their first COVID-19 vaccine has risen for the third straight week. The increase coincides with the spread of the Delta variant and the stakes designed to incentivize vaccinations. There were about 41,000 first doses last week, the most since the second week of June. Fewer people were vaccinated in July, but officials say rates are always lower in the middle of summer. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 910. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Sunshine for the forecast area as temperatures warm to the mid-80s, southwest winds 5 to 10. Partly 63 for your low. Friday, we do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine, 83 degrees for your high. South-southwest winds gusting in the 20s. Friday night, chance for showers and thunderstorms. Cloud cover, 67 for your low and breezy southwest winds. Saturday, chance for showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, sunshine, 85 degrees. I'm meteorologist Mandy Faluber with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently 74.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And a good morning. Welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW. Today, we're going to focus on an event. It's being sponsored by the Bay City Morning Rotary Club called a Dri-athalon. Not a try, but a dry, D-R-Y, athalon. We have a couple of special guests with us. They're sitting in the studio right now, and I can actually see them this morning. We say good morning, first of all, to John Shancool. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Art.
And also with us this morning is Bill Coberly. Bill, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Art.
All right. I got to start out asking right off the top, what in the world is a dry-athalon, Dri-athalon?
Well, I'll take that question. It is a triathlon with a twist. We remove the swimming portion of it. We continue with, we move it, change it to a paddling type event. The first discipline is what it's called. So our participants will either, we started out as canoe only, but we've added a kayak individual division as well. So they would canoe, kayak, and then afterwards get out, get on their bikes, bike, and then come back and then go out on a run and then finish. So that's what the Dri-athalon entails, and it's taking place September 19th, 2021.
I had looked online for it, and one of the headings I saw was a lazy man's triathlon. Does that sound right? I mean, it doesn't sound lazy to me to do all those events.
I don't think it's a lazy man's. Not sure where that came up, because all of our participants put their blood, sweat, and tears in this thing to complete it. They have a good time doing it, but it takes some work to complete it. It's done as either a team or a relay, and of course, I mentioned the kayak individual category as well.
Bill, where'd this idea come from?
Well, I think John is the one who came up with this one. There was a club in Milford, I believe, that was doing something similar. John himself has done a lot of triathlons as well as even larger events than that.
Yeah, he looks fit. Yeah, he looks fit.
Definitely, for sure. So that's kind of where the idea came from. It's a major fundraiser for our club. From all those funds, we support community events and other nonprofits, so it's been a great opportunity for our club to raise money and have fun.
That's the Morning Rotary Club, correct?
Correct.
So how many years have you been doing this now?
We started in 2011, 9 consecutive years. Of course, last year COVID took a front seat. We didn't do the event, and then we're back at it again. This will be our 10th year of hosting it.
So where do you do it?
The first 9 years, we actually had it at Veterans Memorial Park in Bay City downtown. This year will be our first year moving it. We had some restrictions there with streets, especially for biking. So we're moving it to Castaways, Bay City on Boy Scout Drive and State Street. We're going to be using the Cucaulin River, going up river for about a mile and a half, and then turning around and coming back to Castaways again. And then we're going to be using the roads around Castaways. And finally, the run is going to be on the Cucaulin River Drive along the river and out and back portion of it, finishing at Castaways. So everything's going to be stationed at Castaways.
Is this a one-day event where you paddle, you get off, you bike, you run, you one right after another?
Absolutely. Once that clock starts, you don't stop until you finish, or you cry uncle or something else.
I'll cry uncle just listening to it. So this is a timed event?
It is. We do have a company that comes in and times it for us. It's actually a complicated situation, since it's not your typical triathlon where it's an individual. You have teams and relays, and combining their times or a portion of their times to come up with a final figure. It's time consuming and difficult, and we have a company that we've been using for a while and do a great job.
The winner is just overall, or are there winners within the categories?
We have age categories, and we have male, female, co-ed variations to winning trophies.
But there's not a paddle winner, a bike winner, a run winner. It's all accumulated, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. Hang on. We'll come back and talk more about it. The Dri-athalon on the 19th of September, sponsored by the Morning Rotary Club in Bay City. And we'll be back with our guests after these notes.
And the winner is...
I love to can win big at Wildfire Credit Union with the Great Loan Payoff. Finance any secured or signature loan at Wildfire from May through August, and Wildfire might just pay it off up to $50,000. That's right, paying off a loan up to $50,000 for one lucky winner. Loans must be approved by noon on August 31st to qualify. The Wildfire Great Loan Payoff drawing takes place in September. The winner will be notified immediately. And honestly, everyone who finances a secured or signature loan through Wildfire from May 1st through August 31st, 2021 wins big with great rates and terms.
It's easy and convenient to apply. Just ask for Wildfire. Apply online or directly at your nearest Wildfire branch. The Great Loan Payoff, now through August, only at Wildfire. Wildfire Credit Union, distinctively better. Loans subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. Visit wildfirecu.org/payoff for details.
This is Dan Streeter of Rescue Ministries of Mid-Michigan. During these challenging times, I am so grateful for a group of friends who are helping change lives with a matching gift challenge opportunity. These special friends will match your gift made to Rescue Ministries dollar for dollar for the next 2 weeks. Your gift will help provide twice as many meals and twice the nights of shelter for hungry homeless neighbors in mid-Michigan. R3monline.org. Remember, there's no place like home unless you don't have one.
Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Syntec is back and better than ever at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is a premium full synthetic motor oil at an affordable price. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec full synthetic. Just $31.99. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. Minimize friction, heat, and wear on your engine with Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil exclusively at
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
You're in the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on Focus, talking to John Shancool and Bill Colberly about the Dri-athalon coming up September 19th, sponsored by the Morning Rotary Club in Bay City. And Bill, I have to ask, I was a Rotarian for better than 25 years. And I remember when we wanted to do things, we were pretty dependent on the members to come out and do it. Does your club have enough members to run an event like this, or do you require volunteers?
Oh, we actually have quite a bit of participation from our club members, but we also have a lot of other entities, groups over the years that have assisted us. Those people have certainly been very, very conducive to being able to run an event like that. It does take a considerable amount of people to pull this thing off. I think we start the day before to set up. John is usually down like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning setting up. I used to set up the route on the river. I was out by 6 o'clock on the river setting things up. So there's a significant amount of things, but again, a lot of other organizations that have helped us over the years.
John, let's talk about registration and signing up and costs and things of that nature.
Yes. Registration is online, active.com. If people go to that website, that's active Dri-athalon.com, and just search Dri-athalon, Dri-athalon. They'll be able to find registration information on that. Depending if they're doing the canoe portion, team or relay, the price currently is at $140 for the team or relay, so that's for two people. For the kayak, if they want to rent a kayak, it's $70. If they want to use their own kayak, it's $60 included in that. Obviously, we host the event. They get long sleeve tech shirt, medals, awards, food, drinks, entertainment. We have a DJ that's down there for the whole event. So we have it packed in there for a lot of good stuff.
And how long does it take typically for someone to participate?
Usually the fast people will take them about an hour and a half.
That's all for all of those elements.
Yeah, there's some fast people that come out and are very competitive. Now, aside from that, we have people that just come out and have some fun, and we encourage that. This event is for everyone. We've had anywhere from ages of 6 to 76 participate, and so all are welcome. Come out and enjoy and try something new if you haven't tried it. Again, with the team, you both do it. With a relay, you could have both people obviously have the canoe, but you can have one person do a bike and the other person do the run, or vice versa. So you can share the excitement.
So what time is registration, and what time do they first take the first paddle in the water?
We're going to be starting the race at 8 o'clock in the morning. And by that, about 9:30, we're going to have our first finisher. It could take up until about 11:30 for the last participant that comes through.
Typically, how many people enter something like this?
We've had anywhere up to over 400 participants. We've maxed out. We usually max out at or limit the group or event at 200 canoes. So we've had a great following. We had a number of individuals come in from all over the state and got to experience the Bay City area and talked about how much they enjoyed it. We have a number of people that continue to come back and do the event. I can think of 5 to 10 teams that have done it every single year we've had it, and they love it.
Yeah. ActiveACTIVE.com, is that the website?
That is correct.
All right. Bill, got a minute left. Tell us about the Morning Rotary Club.
Well, Rotary basically is a group of business and professional leaders that basically come together to provide goodwill, peace, etc. There's about 1.2 million Rotary members with 35,000 clubs worldwide. Our club has about 55 members. We actually have grown quite a bit in the last year during COVID, surprisingly. And we meet every Thursday morning at 7:30 at the DoubleTree downtown Bay City.
Great. Well, guys, listen, good luck with the Dri-athalon this year. And will you be participating, John?
Oh, I'll be a little busy.
I thought so. Well, John and Bill, thanks a lot for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Bye-bye now.
Well.
The Dri-athalon, September 19th. You can go to active.com to register for the program. We'll be back to close out after these notes.
Come on, come in, let the fun begin.
At MichiganLottery.com, the one place you'll find exclusive games like Queen of Diamonds and Michigan Cash Draw, plus Powerball and Mega Millions that can reach $1 billion. Cash out online or at your favorite store. And all proceeds support Michigan schools and businesses. Get 100% match on your first deposit up to $100, plus free games. Sign up with promo code RADIO. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
So play on, Michigan, 'cause we all win.
Habits of healthy hygiene. We shower, we brush our teeth, and wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. Pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Navage uses powered suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose. Healthy life.
App. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But ZipRecruiter.com/radio, like where this ad plays. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
All right, that'll do it for Focus today. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Stick around now because the Farm Show with Terry Hennig comes along next.
The name of the game in farming is profit. And if you want to put more profit into farming, get the help and seasoned sound advice you need from the pros at Star of the West. Sure, the question of selling or storing your harvest is an important one. And Star of the West with today's technology can give you the up-to-the-minute information you need to make the right decision, one that certainly affects profits. That's just one reason why you should take your corn, your soybeans, any of your crops to Star of the West. The other is well-trained, experienced, knowledgeable people who are for business. Star of the West offers you stability that no other firm in the area can approach. This means that people who are in the same positions year after year get to know your needs better and in general know the business better. Since 1870, Star of the West has been and continues to be the one to trust. Star of the West, keeping the valley growing since 1870. Frankenmuth, Reese, Richville, Guerra, and Cass City.
I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting.
Though many people are doing okay today, there are still many people experiencing difficulties in the community. Here is a reminder for you of a free community resource you are encouraged to use if you find yourself needing extra support. 211 is a public service number for all non-emergency needs. You can call it anytime, any day, and an agent will connect you with whatever it is you're looking for. Food, financial assistance, housing support, clothing, transportation. All you need to do is dial 211 or text your zip code to 898-211 to get connected. Looking for a COVID testing location? Need help paying your bills? Is food in short supply for your family? To talk to a compassionate, highly trained agent who is ready to connect you with local resources. It is a free and confidential service to help you overcome obstacles of all sizes. This message is brought to you by the Saginaw Community Foundation, because it takes a village for good forever.
Fly ball left field. Watch that one fly. Way back and gone. Number 18 for Jonathan Scope. The Tigers play. 12:50 today on 790 News Radio WSGW. Now, the only locally produced farm radio show. News, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more.